We're at 55 Broad Street, a building constructed by the Rudin family, Rudin Management, known to most people, definitely from my perspective, as one of the very, very best landlords in all of New York City. This building was famous, infamous, whatever you want to call it. It was in the late 80s and early 90s. A firm located in the building and really occupied almost the whole thing, called Drexel Burnham Lambert, went out of business. And it was a time when the office market in Manhattan was in very, very bad condition from a landlord's point of view. There was not a lot of demand, big oversupply, and the Rudins looked at this building and said, you know, what do we do with this thing? No one wants to go into it. And they boarded it up and let it sit vacant for a period of time while they decided what to do. And they turned it into a technology center. They called it the first wired building, and they use it as a beacon to attract technology firms to Lower Manhattan. And they were pretty successful with it for a period of time. Now the building has sort of fallen into the same kind of situation where it's just an older building. It has these sort of punch-out windows. It has low ceiling heights. It has lots of columns. It doesn't have architecture that's particularly interesting. The lobby they redid, it looked quite pleasant, as you could see, but just not getting a lot of traction. And so, in terms of demand in the marketplace, and so they've decided to sell to a couple of partners, Silverstein and another gentleman who specializes in doing office to residential conversions. And that building is going to be converted to a residential building, as many buildings in Lower Manhattan were in the early 1990s. So that's what's called adaptive reuse. They're not going to demolish the building, they're going to repurpose it. It'll be really interesting to see what they do with it. There's another building right there. You can see the construction hoist at 25 Water Street. That was an old building that was owned by a bank, and it had these very small windows, and you can see they're very small, tall, narrow, and below it you can see where they're cutting them out to create much larger openings for much larger windows, make it very appealing. And I've seen the presentation deck by Brian Steinwurzel of Goral Family Properties, and what they're doing there, the transformation that they're doing there, is really, really something else. If you think that office buildings have a huge variety of amenities, they've got nothing on 25 Water Street. That building is going to have every amenity that you could possibly think of. So can't wait to see that done. Can't wait to see, how it comes out and share that in a video. So lots of stuff going on in Lower Manhattan, and it's a dynamic environment. It's ever changing, as it should be. But you know what's not changing? France's Tavern. That building has been there for a few hundred years, and it's a restaurant and a landmark. And it's great to see the history. Where things should be preserved like that, that's being preserved. Where things should be repurposed, should be repurposed. That's it for today. Have a great day.